Hi everyone, welcome to StunnerShare. So I have already uploaded a video on the membership plans which I've been planning. Please watch those videos so that you will be able to understand what is the plan for the subscribers or for the members. You will be able to know what's planned and accordingly we can move on. And now I wanted to share the Nifty analysis, weekly analysis video based on this comment. Okay. So I think we shall make analysis video in 1 hour time frame with weekly pivots combining last week and upcoming week. We may discuss the possible movements. Thank you. So this is what the comment I have received. So let us go to that comment based on that. So this is the hourly time frame and weekly pivots has been highlighted. Camarilla pivots more specifically. I have not done for CPR right now. I'll also do the analysis as well. But to know whether the Camarilla is working fine, to know whether the CPR is working fine, I would recommend you guys to watch the Pivot Boss backtesting videos. Those I have uploaded it for membership. You can watch that and make a decision accordingly. And also please note there are a lot of Camarilla based analysis videos are also uploaded for in intraday time frame for public, for subscribers. If you are watching that video and if you have got enough confident that okay, backtesting membership also can have some good content, then accordingly watch that as well. Now let's move on further. Before going into June, let's go from May. Let's see whether the May month has actually worked or not with Camarilla first. So if you see with Camarilla, this is the Camarilla higher value CPR, and what is the expectation is that any reversal at the H3 can bring it to L3. So that is what is expected, and any close above H4 can take it to H5. There is no close above H4, no movement towards H5. There is close below H3 and finally it came towards L3 and but next week. So you are carrying or not, that's actually your decision. Now again, that is the inside Camarilla. Whenever an inside Camarilla happens, you better wait for previous day high or low to break and then take a decision. So if you see the previous day low got broken and once after giving a low break, it actually went to H5. Even H4 also broken. After H4, it actually went to L5. L4 also broken and L5. So out of 2 weeks, second week actually worked good. Even this week also worked good, but I'm not sure how many people would have actually taken a trade. And also the next week, it is a lower value CPR. Any support at L3 can take it to H3. Exactly taken a support, went towards L3. And if I also wanted to activate the wick reversal setup, clear? Okay, this is not a wick reversal setup. I'm not sure why, but this also looks like a wick reversal setup. And once after the wick reversal setup is done, it has actually gone to H3. Clear? And after a break above H4, we can expect towards H5. And if you would have carried, yes, it has went towards H5 also. But we'll not consider this trade because not sure whether we would have carried or not. So we are considering one trade here, and this also we are ignoring. So two trades are successful. Now the next week on May, higher value CPR. So any rejection at H3 can bring it to L3 and any close above H4 can take it to H5. And ultimately I gave a close above H4 and it actually ended up the week with a positive sign, but it did not move towards H5. So this will be a no profit, no loss strategy. No profit, no loss consideration criteria. So out of 3 trades, 2 trades are profitable, 1 trade is no profit, no loss. Next one is the higher value CPR. Any rejection at H3 can be a movement towards L3. Rejection at H3, wick reversal setup. If you see the 40 points on an hourly time frame, okay, 40 points on hourly time frame SL gave towards L3. So out of 4 trades, 3 are successful, 1 is no profit, no loss. And after that, any close below H4 can go towards H5, and that is also happened. So out of 5 trades, 4 profit, 1 is no loss, no profit. And now the next week, the last week, what has actually happened? Okay, let me close the wick reversal setup for now because I want to do analysis. Okay, let us do. Okay, now it is a lower value CPR. The price opened above H4 and the expectation is towards H5. The first candle itself went towards H5. So no trade for now. Now we have to either wait for the levels to meet or come towards H3 or L3. Then only our trade will happen. So for now, until this position, there is no trade. And the next day, gap up. Once it taken a gap down, so the next day is a gap down, price opened below H4, price went below H3 also and went towards L3, take some support at L3 and went towards H3 again. If you notice here, price opened here, okay, went towards L3 and then back to H3. So that means that is a trade which has actually happened, but we have not been easily handled it. So let's ignore it. And after that, H4 break below, H5 also done. But these are three furious candles where we would not have taken any trade. And there is a wick USL setup formed over here above H5. We would have not taken a trade because we will be expecting a trade over here. And here we got a close above L3, and I'm not sure whether people are able to take a trade over here. And there is nothing happened but went towards, what is this, H3. And after a break over H4, the expectation is towards H5. So I am not sure, like there are multiple setups has been formed on last week, but honestly speaking, I'm not sure whether people would have taken any trade or not. So what is the point here is, I'm ignoring this entire week. Okay, to me, 5 trades, 4 are successful, 1 trade is no profit, no loss. So yesterday or the last week, how to take a trade, how the possibility or how should take a trade, I would say whenever these much of furious moves happen, avoid the trade. Honestly speaking, I would avoided the trade, otherwise I would have initiated a trade over here and to a movement over here. But generally Fridays also it is better to avoid a trade. Okay, this much of big move happening, avoid trade in those cases. It is not necessary that we have to take all these trades. Clear? Now what is expected is that expectation for next week based on Camarilla. Okay, expectations for next week. Next week is a wide CPR. Okay, let's forget about the CPR for now. Next week has a bullish golden pivot zone. So any pullback towards this particular zone of 22,500 to 22,800, then the possibility can be like it can go upside. And also next week we can expect a range bound move as well. Until and unless previous week high or low is getting broken, it is better to stay away from this market. Okay, because there will be lot of consolidations, downside move, upside move, and all these will happen. But my expectation is that as the CPR is very, very wide and bullish golden pivot zone is also there, I'm expecting the candle might come towards here, take a support, and then decide what it wants to do. So that is what my expectation for next week, and not much of expectation is there for Camarilla going for the next week. So let us see whether what's going to happen. So we'll also complete the CPR also. Why to stop with Camarilla or not? We'll quickly do the CPR also. Okay, and we'll also go for May 1st. Okay, it is here. So from here we have to calculate. So CPR is a higher value CPR. Engulfing CPR pattern happened. You wanted to know about the backtesting result, go and watch the video so that you'll be able to understand, and gave a good move. Okay, and let me activate the pivot levels as well for more levels so that it will be able to give you. Let me activate all those R3 to R4 and S1 to S4. Okay, and it has gone good. And the next week it's a wide CPR. Okay, compared to this CPR, wide CPR, price has closed below the CPR. So expectation is that any pullback towards the CPR can be a buying opportunity, but there is no proper pullback sign happen. Okay, it all went over here and then consolidated the CPR and then gave a close above the CPR. That is not a good sign. Then it actually went up. Clear? And there will be one question, why I should not have initiated a trade? Yes, you could have initiated a trade over here, but there is no follow through has happened and it has actually moved up. And the next week CPR is a wide CPR compared to this year. Compared to CPR, this is wide. Compared to this CPR, this is wide. And the expectation is a narrow range day. And price is opened above the CPR. So expectation is that if there is any close the CPR, then pullback towards the CPR can be considered as a buying opportunity, but no pullback happened. And luckily it gave a close above the R1. If anyone wants to take a trade from R1, if you have initiated a trade, it would have gone to R2. Okay, so this is how you have to take a trade. And this is and there will be one question. This is CPR is a white CPR, but the movement was high because of VIX. When the VIX is more than 20, you have to expect the unexpected. So stay cautious whenever the VIX is high. And the next week also not a white CPR, but considerably a CPR which has been formed. So any pullback towards the CPR can be considered as a buying opportunity, but nothing happened after that. It actually closed below the CPR. So any trade initiated below this, you would have got a good move. Clear? And the last week CPR is a very, very thin CPR, and the price actually opened above the previous day high, and it has actually formed a long wick, and after that came below the CPR, engulfed the CPR, and then went towards all the support zones, and now again it has reversed and go up. So when I say whatever I said in Camarilla holds good for CPR also. Whenever you see these moves, it is better to avoid any trade for that current week. Okay, and next week analysis is already done. So CPR is very wide, bullish golden pivot zone is also seen. So we also know the range. So by my range will be like this to this. So unless and until this range is not broken, it is better to say sideways. So be cautious what in you whenever you are doing a weekly trade accordingly. Clear? So I think I have covered a good amount of content. If you feel the content is good, kindly give a like, share, and subscribe. Please let me know your feedback in the comment section. Please let me know what is expected, whether this analysis is good or not. All these things you can let me know in the comment section. So accordingly, I will make a video. Clear? So that's it from my side. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for more videos.